Hello everyone and welcome back to the Jake Hill Racing YouTube channel, where today I thought I will finally give you the answer to what a lot of you have been asking for, and that is an insight into me, the big kid, and more importantly my Tamiya RC car collection and all of my RC cars that I race and use. And yeah, I'm just a child. I'm fully aware of it. I was told never to grow out of it, so hey, here we are. But yeah, I have a massive collection of RC cars, mainly Tamiya. It's sort of a brand that I've loved since I was a kid, and yeah, I mean I started sort of collecting them back in, God, I think it was Christmas 2018 that my dad got me the Ford Mondeo British touring car set, and that just sort of set me off again down memory lane and wanting to get the kits that I've always wanted since I was a kid. Now, a lot of the kits that you see behind me are all the originals from 90s, early 2000s, and some of them a bit newer as well as some of just the body sets of Nissan Skylines, which of course I absolutely love. So yeah, there's just a massive array really, and I thought I'll show you around, show you what's built, show you what's new, and also the process really in terms of how you build them, what's involved, and of course, yeah, some of my race cars as well that I actually use almost every week, whether it's drifting. I have a Nissan Silvia drift car, and also the front wheel drive car that I'm currently racing. I normally race four wheel drive touring cars at quite, a decent level, but yeah, I've moved over to front wheel drive for this year, so we'll have a little look into that and get started. Hope you enjoy. So then, before we get into the really geeky stuff with all the Tamiya kits, let's take a little look at my front wheel drive touring car that I race regularly. So I'll take the body pins off. The shell is super light, honestly. It's super flimsy, but it's just because you don't want any weight at the top of the car, obviously. So this is what we've got. Yeah, it's fully carbon, fully alley. It's an absolutely work of art. It really is. You can do more with this than you can on a real touring car. So that just goes to show really the setup options. You've got your springs, your dampers. You can change all of the oil in the dampers to control your damper rate. You can change all your springs from progressive springs to linear springs. You can change your diff preload by putting in thicker or looser oil. Belt tension, toe, roll bar, caster, camber, droop, roll centers, you name it, I can throw it at it. I really can. So yeah, this is a real work of art. Now this is a big class. It's taken off in the UK at the moment. It's just called Fronty, and it uses a 17.5 turn just stock motor setup that you buy. It's a combo kit, £100 for the two, for the ESC and for the motor. Really cool. And yeah, I mean, we even use tyre warmers with these things, so yeah, they're a real work of art, and I really enjoy racing it. I'm part of the Eastbourne Club, down in Eastbourne, the south of England. So yeah, we race every Wednesday night. They do race on Sundays as well, but unfortunately I'm a little bit busy doing my day job on a Sunday. So that's the touring car that I absolutely love racing. Really is a joy. But the other thing that I enjoy driving an awful lot is this bad boy. So this is my drift car. As you can see, Silvia S15 drift car, and I've done it in the Axia livery that the R32 Skyline ran back in 1991, 1992. So yeah, really cool. But as you can see, very different setup here. What you're looking at is, yeah, all of the weight over the rear axle. So you've got the ESC and the motor up very high and very far back. The tyres are literally hard plastic. And yeah, it's a very different car to drive, but one you enjoy. It's quite hard to drive on without a gyro, so these do run a gyro, and they're geared up, obviously. This runs a 10.5 turn motor, so quite a lot of power that's actually going through those rear wheels, and obviously it's just rear wheel drive, just like a proper drift car. So this is an awful lot of fun. I really enjoy driving this. It's just something to do for fun. It's not competitive for me. There is a competition that you can do. I know that the Drift RC Championship has started this year in the UK, and so it has really taken off. But I don't race it. I don't do any of that stuff with it. I literally just go and have fun. There's a club in Rochester and in Mepham that I go to in Kent. So yeah, really enjoy driving it, but it's purely a bit of fun for me and my mate Basil. Basil is the guy who paints all of my race shells that I actually do. So yeah, me and Basil go and have a bit of a giggle doing that. So yeah, really good fun. Just held on with magnets on this one, bit more aesthetically pleasing. We got some headlights, we got some brake lights, and we've also got some blue neons to light up the intercooler as well, which is quite cool. And you can change the wheels and everything, and the car is super soft. You know, there's nothing there, but again, you can change quite a lot. Not quite as much as the touring car, but you can change quite a lot on it. So we move on to some Tamiya goodness. Now, of course, these are Formula 1 cars. We have the Jordan 191, the 7-Up car, famous car, and we also have the Williams, the Damon Hill Williams from 1996 championship winning car, which is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, we'll get started on the Jordan. They're very simplistic. Just got 3 body clips holding it on there. Normal motor, 1060 ESC, very basic. It's completely kit form, basically, this one. You don't get the electronics in it, so the steering servo or the ESC or the battery, of course, but you do get the motor. And yeah, they're just very simple, very easy. They're actually so fast, even with a standard motor in. So haven't driven this one in a long time, but it is really cool and something I do enjoy driving. And then we have the Williams, again, absolute work of art. I was a little bit better at painting by the time I got to this one. This is the latest Formula 1 car that I've actually done. A little bit harder to do, you know, there's a lot more colours involved, a lot more stickers involved, and the body itself is a little bit more hard work. Just got to spread those rear wings there, and there we go. But yeah, that body is tricky to do, I won't lie to you. But this one's a little bit nicer. It's got some nicer bits on it. We've got turnbuckles, so we can actually adjust the toe. Very much the same electronics as in the Jordan. Slightly better motor, sport tune motor. It's like their slightly upgraded version. And these tyres are actually meant for outdoor use, so these are proper racing tyres, so they're really cool. So I can actually use this on track when I go to Eastbourne and race my touring car. So yeah, that's a really enjoyable bit of kit. And I'll show you what a Formula 1 car looks like in kit form. So we're going to move on to the McLaren MP46 Honda. Absolutely beautiful bit of kit. I actually got this from a friend of mine who then knew a bloke at McLaren, and they had this. So this has come from McLaren when they did it. It was just in their basement, I guess. And yeah, this is what one looks like unopened. They're a work of art, really. They're pretty cool to look at. You know, you've got all the chassis stuff there, tyres. All of the chassis components are inside this big box here. Then you've got the shell. You know, I can't actually get the shell out. But yeah, it's completely transparent. You've got the sticker set under there as well. So yeah, it's a very lovely bit of kit, I must say. And yeah, it does help when the box looks absolutely awesome as well, as they all do, you know. And yeah, this is how they all start, you know. They all start in kit form, just as you see them there, and you've got to build them to make them look sort of like them, really. So yeah, really cool. So you've seen the F1 stuff, and now let's get on to what I call the proper cars. The touring cars, the GT cars, DTM, you name it, I've sort of got it, which is wicked. So yeah, the car that started it all, really. So it's a bit of a throwback, and in fact it's my Mercedes-Benz CLK DTM 2000 livery, which, yeah, I had that kit when I was 8 years old. That was my first Tamiya kit ever. No, it's not the same one as when I had when I was 8 years old, but I got it about 3 years ago, and yeah, I put a lot of effort into making it as good as it could be. So this is the kit. Famous livery, of course, you know, that CLK D2 Merc livery, famous in Le Mans and in touring cars. Ta-da! Here it is. Yeah, this is my baby. I've never used it. It's brand new, but I really put a lot of work in. A lot of the when the sticker set, when you get the sticker set for this kit, all the windows are dark. I really don't like that, so I cut them all out. Really spent the time on it. Put all the panel lines on for the bonnet and for the doors and everything. And yeah, I must admit, I absolutely bloody love that car. It is such a nice bit of kit. So yeah, really enjoyable. And that was my first touring car. There you go. Next up, we have the Ford Mondeo British touring car from 1994. It's the year I was born, and it's the kit that my dad got me Christmas 2018 that restarted this addiction. It's basically what it is. So yeah, a couple of really cool things with this. The wheels are absolutely awesome. Look how cool that is. It all needs a bit of a dust. This is literally the first time I had them out in God knows how long. But I did get Paul Radisich to sign the roof. I don't know if you can see it. It's in silver pen. It doesn't show up that well, but he signed the roof for me at Super Touring Power in 2023 when I drove the Nissan Primera to win all 4 races, just saying. But Paul was there, and he remembers me from when I was a little kid, and my dad and him used to work together back at the racing car school at Brands Hatch. And Paul really kindly signed it for me. So really special. Absolutely love the car, and to have Paul sign it, you know, that's just a really nice memory, to be honest. And talking of signing cars, I've got another one. This is one of my favourite touring car kits that Tamiya did. The BMW 318i STW. Now it comes, well, you're supposed to build it, I suppose, in the Winkelhock livery that won DTM that year. But I did it in the Steve Soper JTCC livery from 1995. And so, I mean, the wheels aren't on it. I do apologise. I know where the wheels are. They're on one of the Calibras. But look at that shell. Oh, God, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. I just love the BMW sort of checkers that you get. And Steve signed it for me as well, which is really nice. So me and Steve actually raced together quite a lot in historic motorsport. And yeah, he signed that for me at Brands Hatch at the Masters Festival in 2019 it would have been. So yeah, really special moment again for Steve to sign it. I've got 3 cars that are signed, and the other one is a bit of a homage that I have done. So it's not a genuine Tamiya kit, but I've made it to be one, basically. So I will show you that in a moment. Next up, we're going to move on to probably my favourite sort of part of the Tamiya collection, and that's all the JGTC, Japanese GT cars, and obviously some of the JTC cars, the Japanese touring cars. They're just my favourite part about it all. You know, I mean, Tamiya, of course, is a Japanese brand. I've got to go and visit their place at some point in my life in Japan. But their array of NSXs, Skylines, Supras, and some of the touring cars as well. Nissan stuff. I'm a Nissan geek, as you know. I just love it. You know, it's absolutely awesome. So we'll jump in. We'll have a little look. First one, we'll jump into one of the NSXs that we've got here. So this one is a 2000 Raybrigg NSX, and it's an unbuilt kit. Just show you a little bit about what it looks like. Look at that. Pretty cool, isn't it? You know, I mean, so this is the shell. Excuse the noise. So as you can see, totally transparent. You've got to cut it out as well. You've got to cut all the wheel arches out, the splitters out, everything. But the body is, yeah, absolutely beautiful. This is a really, really clean example of a kit. The box is in mint condition, never been opened, you know, everything's still in its packaging, tyres, all the wheels, you know, all the wing mirrors, all the chassis, everything. It's absolutely perfect. One day I'll build it. This is the newest NSX I've got. All of the others are sort of 98, 99, slightly earlier. But yeah, really, really nice kit. We also have the Castrol Mugen NSX. Again, what a livery that is. You know, look at how cool that looks. You know, and this one again is another unopened kit. Different chassis to the 2000. That's a TB01. This is a TL01. Yeah, TL01 it says there. This chassis is a bit rubbish, if I'm being totally honest, but it looks exactly the same as the Road Brig one inside, so I'm not going to waste your time showing you that. But another unopened kit there, which is gorgeous. And then we move on to arguably one of the best liveries ever for a Japanese car. The Castrol Supra. Oh yeah. Throwing it back to Gran Turismo, kids. Here we go. I finished this one in lockdown 2020. Look at that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I absolutely love it. It is super, super cool. Just brings out those Gran Turismo vibes big time. I need to get this one on a track just to see how cool it looks when it's going around. But man, I love it. Look at that. Just looks mega, doesn't it? Absolutely mega. So yeah, totally brand new, as you can see. Never been used. Freshly built. But yeah, another Gran Turismo and Japanese legend. I thought there's no point in showing you one by one. I just love Skylines. So yeah, this is my built Skyline collection. 4 of them are built. I've got another 3 that aren't built. I've got a Pennzoil R34 that's not built. I've got a Calsonic R33 that's not built. And what else we got? We've got some other R32s that aren't built as well. But I thought I'll give you a little run through, show you what we got. So first up is the Cure Nismo R33 LM. Absolutely work of art. Such a simple design, you know. It's very easy one to do, this kit. It's just black with some stickers, but the stickers have got to be right. Arguably the plain ones can be the hardest because you can't hide anything, you know. If you want to make it look right, you've got to be perfect with doing it. So yeah, that one I absolutely love. It looked a lot nicer when I just built it. Personal favourite of mine, the R33 Le Mans car from 1995, Clarion car. Now this is a TA, what's this one? TA02W, isn't it? Yeah, wide version. So the shell is much wider, the track is much wider, the tyres are a lot wider than a standard chassis Tamiya car. And the pink and the white, man, that livery is so cool. So yeah, absolutely love that one. I do think that's my favourite non-R32 Skyline. Absolutely love it. Famous livery up next. The Pennzoil R33. Exactly the same body as the Cure car, just a different rear wing. The rear wing is pretty special on this one. It's very unique to the Pennzoil car. But again, it looks like an absolute work of art. Really tricky again just to get the paint right on this car. I had to actually do this body twice because I messed up the black to the yellow. I sprayed the black first, sorry, the yellow first and then the black, and then it shone through and no good. You have to do the black first. So bit of a pain to get that right, but we did it in the end, and yeah, it definitely shows, you know, absolute beauty. And then last but not least, probably the most famous sort of livery for a Skyline, Calsonic. This is an R34. This is my only built R34 kit that I've got at the moment. But what a joy it is. I absolutely love it. It's just such a great shape Skyline. The blue really pops. And yeah, just an absolute work of art. This one's a full working car. This chassis actually has every single upgrade. It's got all the motor, all the proper gears, all the suspension upgrades you can get. So this one is really tricked out. I've used it a couple of times on track and it's not too bad for a TL01, considering how rubbish that chassis is. But yeah, it's mainly just to use for these body shells so that I can actually have a go with them and see them on track, really. That's what it's about, isn't it? You've got to drive them. I don't drive them as much as I should. I've got too many and I'm busy racing my proper one because I really enjoy that. But yeah, what a bit of kit that is. Right, next up, touring cars, and I mean proper JTC touring cars. I absolutely love it. So these are my pair of Nissan Primeras. You got the Castrol livery one, and this is my favourite kit out of everything I've got, the Calsonic Nissan Primera, for two reasons. Number one, you can't find it. Genuinely cannot find a kit. You know, they're so hard to come by. I've had two over the sort of 6 years that I've been collecting. Managed to win them on Japan auctions, but I sold a kit to a friend who really wanted one, so I ended up keeping one. And I said to myself, the only way I'm going to build this Calsonic kit, they're both brand new. This one I'm not too fussed about building just yet. I'll save this for another day in the future, but it's a lovely, lovely kit. But the Calsonic one I'm desperate to build. However, I'm not letting myself build it until I've won a British Touring Car Championship. A real one, not a remote control one. So when that day happens, I will build my Calsonic kit, and that will be a day I cannot wait for. However, got those two, got a couple other really cool Japanese touring cars I'm going to show you. So this one is built, and this is my Honda Accord Pia. How cool does that look? First of all, the wheels, the fitment to the arch is perfection. Honestly, it is so, so nice. I need to cut the post down, I know that, but this was a really, really tricky shell to do. The stickers and the paint, very, very hard to do, but yeah, it was worth it. You know, it came out super, super nice. So yeah, love that one. And then this is another one that was super hard to come by, and I got this from a friend of mine in Belgium. And yeah, he managed to get me this kit. So this is the Toyota Tom's Exiv JTCC kit. Absolutely beautiful, and again, really, really tricky to come by. Very unique shell. I've actually got another shell for it, just here. This is just another sort of body part set that I managed to get, a second one. So I'm not sure what to do with this yet, whether to build it and keep the kit brand new, or, I don't know, save it for another time and build the kit. But either way, brand new in box, lovely. And so we move on to probably the biggest part of my collection, which is the R32 Group A Skyline collection. Now, you all know I've got an R32 GTR, a real one, sat outside, and also I've been lucky enough to drive the Rickwood Skylines that he has built. They're replicas, but my God, they are as close to the real car as you're going to get, unless you visit Japan and see one for yourself in the Nismo Heritage Museum. So we've got the Calsonic car, which again I've driven the replica of at Goodwood Festival of Speed, and yeah, I've tried to do it as close as I can to the real car, and it's an absolute work of art. I love it. You know, I just love the Calsonic blue, those sort of split piece wheels that you get. So yeah, that one this is actually the only one that I have built of the R32 collection, really. I've done a couple of shells, so as you can see, we've got the Axia, which is this one here. This is probably the rarest Skyline kit of them all, just really, really hard to find. This one is totally brand new in box, and I just don't know if I can ever bring myself to build it because of how hard it was to come by and how expensive they are. I mean, that kit alone you're looking at a good sort of £600 for, so yeah, it's a pricey kit, that's for sure. And we've got the HKS one as well. This one is another new in box, exactly the same as that one there. This one's got some box damage, unfortunately, but otherwise it's totally mint. Inside's perfect, it's just some box damage there. And then if you look over here, we've actually got all of our body sets that they do. So you've got the Castrol livery one, which is really cool, Taisan, Unisia Jex, the Zexel one, and I've also got another Calsonic shell, which is also the different number car. So you can see the one in the kit is number 12, and the body set is number 1. So just after the year that they won it, I think they won it in 91, and then in 92 they obviously took the number 1. So yeah, that's the reason why. So I've got actually 2 Calsonic shells, but yeah, so I have the full array of R32 GTR Tamiya shells. Really, I don't think I'm missing one, but yeah, I've got them all, and this is probably the pride and joy really of my collection, and yeah, something I really enjoy. And so finally, I thought I'd show you just some cool kits that I've got, some slightly different ones. So the one I have in front of me, I have a Cure Nismo, as you can see, another one just here. That is the electric 1/10 version, as I showed you earlier. However, this one is a little bit different. This is their 1/8 scale series that they did. Yeah, they're honestly, they're so well built. They really are. I've really enjoyed building one. And this is petrol. So as you can see, you've got proper pull start, glow engine. It's a really, really nice kit to build, and a really, really nice car to drive as well. I actually really enjoy it. I just don't drive it enough. You know, I need to fire it up actually. So I'm actually going to keep it out after this video, yeah, and go and fire it up and make sure that she's all working. But yeah, it's a really, really gorgeous kit, and one I enjoy driving a lot. And it's the Cure Nismo shell, which is the same as the 1/10. So I've got little and large, but yeah, it's quite a lot bigger, you know, than a 1/10 kit. So yeah, really, really enjoy that. And then we've also got some Group C goodness. So we got a re-release 1990. Is it C9 or C11? C11, sorry. Yeah, Group C car. Again, what a wicked bit of kit. Totally brand new still. Haven't built it yet. I will build this one. It's a really, really nice kit to build, so I've got to do it. And I haven't actually built a Group C car at all yet, so it's firmly on the list. And then we've also got an original 1991 R91 CP kit, which is, yeah, I wanted this kit forever. I really did. So, you know, this is high on the list with all of my other Nissan goodness that I've got. And I managed to get this one last year actually. This is probably one of the newest kits, but to find an original 91 kit, so rare. Again, you're looking at a good sort of £600, I would imagine. I think that's roughly what I gave for it, but you know, cool kit to have. I'm trying not to sell them on, to be honest. I want to keep as many as I can, but I'm sure one day in the future I'm going to have to sell a couple. But hey, for now I just enjoy them. Yeah, another new kit. And then as well, the kits you can see up there, we've got a 306 Maxi. This is the only rally car kit that I've got. We've got an R33 Group N kit, and this one is actually that one is definitely my latest purchase. That one's a couple of months old, which is a 406 Super Tourer. And the reason I got that kit is because I drove a 406 Super Tourer not that long ago, in April it was. So yeah, really, really cool. I had to get the RC version. It's not the British touring car, it's the French touring car, the championship winning car, or the German one, I can't remember which one. German, I think it is, German touring car that ILO won the championship with. And yeah, it's a proper bit of kit. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's been a geek out, I'm fully aware of that. You know, but I said, you know, right from the word go that I was just going to do lots of different avenues of who I am, who Jake Hill is and what he enjoys doing. And yeah, nerd alert, that's me. I just love, you know, all my RC cars. I always have done ever since I was a little kid, and the joy doesn't stop there really. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed a sort of brief explanation of it all. And some of the reasons as to why I have some of the kits I do. There's loads more. There are. I'm fully aware I've not gone over all of them, but I don't want to bore you all to death. So yeah, it's just a case of yeah, going through some of my favourite ones. I do also have an Alpha 155 and a Merc 190E, both new in box. They haven't been built. Otherwise, of course, I would have got them out and shown you. But yeah, around half the kits are built, half the kits are still brand new. I just can't bring myself to build some of the really, really rare ones just because once you've built it, you can't get them back. But I'm a total believer in build it and enjoy it. So yeah, I will get round to it at some point. I just want to take my time and do them right. That's really it. So, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate it. I know this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea, this video. It can be very geeky to people who are not interested in RC cars. I totally get it. That's fine. This is just what I'm interested in, and I know that some of you feel the same. So yeah, thank you very much, and yeah, I'll catch you in a real car really soon.